Hi besties, welcome to my channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. If this is the first time you are coming across this channel, thank you very much for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this beautiful corset top. Okay, I already have the drafting and cutting tutorial video up there on my channel, so if you've not watched it, do where to go and watch it. This is going to be in the sewing tutorial. Okay, if you end up enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, leave a comment at the comment section. This really encourage me a lot, and if you have any question, feel free to ask me. I will definitely respond. And guys, before we move into the video, I quickly want to appreciate you guys for 16k subscribers. You guys are loved and cherished. Please, if you are watching my videos and you've not subscribed, please do where to subscribe, like, share with your friends, and also share on other platforms for me. Support this small community. And guys, I also have another YouTube channel where I talk about how to make money, how to level up, how to start and grow a YouTube channel. So if you are interested in that, do where to check the description section and also the comment section for the link. So without further ado, let us dive into this video. So what I'm going to be doing now is to place my pattern paper on my fabric, and I'll go ahead and pin it down using my office pin. So just watch out what I'm going to be doing. So once I was done pinning it down, I'll go ahead and mark 1/2 inch on my fabric. Okay, this is going to be serving as my journey allowance, and just watch out how I am doing this as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and connect the points together. Then I'll come to the upper part. I'll also do the same thing. Okay, then I will come to the down. I will add extra 1 inch allowance, just like as you can see me doing. So once I was done with that, I will go ahead and cut it out. Just watch out how I'm cutting this. So once I was done cutting the front, I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing for the back. I'm going to be adding journey allowance at the down side of the back and also at the upper part of the back. Once I was done with that, I will connect it and cut it out. So I will also go ahead and do the same thing for the cups. Okay, I will add 1/2 inch round, just like as you can see me doing. Please be patient while doing this because it's going to be a little bit stressful. I will do the same thing for the 2 cups. So once I was done, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is how it look like. Okay, so once I was done, I took it to the ironing table. I went ahead to iron gum stay on the lining, and I ironed cloth stain on the fabric, just like as you can see. Okay, so I went ahead to iron it on both the bag and also the cups as well. Okay, so once I was done with that, I went ahead, please take note of this, I went ahead to label the pattern paper. Okay, this is 1 and this is 2. So once I was done with that, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to remove the pattern paper. I will pick number 1 and I'll also pick number 2, then pin it together. So I will take it to the same machine and sew it like this. I will also do the same thing for the other one. Then I will also do the same thing for the linings as well. So once I'm done, I'll take it to the same machine and sew it and show you guys what next to do. So guys, I'm done sewing it. This is how it look like. Okay, so as you can see, it's already giving the cup effect already. So this is what I have. So what I'm going to be doing now is just watch out what I'm doing. I'll go ahead and fold my cup into 2 like this to the back side. So when I'm done folding it, I'll go ahead and sew it with 1/2 inch, just like as you can see. So I've gone ahead to sew it just like as you can see in this video. The purpose of doing this is to have enough space for your bust. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and gum the cup to the fabric. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut hemi gum, just like as you can see me doing. Then once I was done doing that, I'll place the fabric on the cup. Okay, once I'm done placing it on it, I'll go ahead and use my office pin and pin it together. Please, you need to be careful and very patient while doing this. Okay, so if you have breast tube, you can go ahead and use your breast tube to achieve this. I already have a tutorial video on how to cut a corset using your breast tube. Okay, So I wanted to use breast tube for this actually, but I discovered that the breast tube I have is not going to be enough for the 2 cups. Okay, that's why I went ahead to use a ready-made cup. So I'm done ironing it. This is how it look like. As you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out all the excesses on the 2 cups. Okay, for the upper part of the cup, I'm going to be leaving a 1/4 inch. I'm not going to be cutting it directly just like the same way I cut this side. So I'm going to be cutting leaving some excess at the up. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark out where I'm going to be inserting my bonnet. Okay, because I'm going to be sewing it at the back of the dress, not at the front. So I'm just going to use my chalk to draw out a case. So you can draw out any structure of your choice. Okay, so I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 and get the middle, then notch it. I'll go ahead and correct it because I want it to be equal. So you can slant yours, you can make it straight. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So if you check for the upper part, you're going to see that I came down by 1/2 inch, while for the down part I went up by 1 inch. You're going to be seeing the edge of the sewable bonnet is smooth, so you're going to be sewing directly on that edge. So right now I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it through the edge, just like as you can see me doing. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the back. I'm just going to mark out the lines where I'm going to be inserting the bonnet. Okay, so I'm going to be attaching one close to the zip area, the center, and also the side. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it look like. As you can see, it's folding up. Okay, so I'll take it to the ironing table and iron it. So guys, I'm done ironing it. This is what we have at the end of the day. This is so beautiful, clean, as you can see. So once I was done doing that, the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to fix in the cups. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold my cups into 2, just like as you can see me doing. I'll go ahead and notch the center. I'm going to be doing it for the 2 cups. So take note, I'm notching the downside of the cups. Okay, so once I was done, I'll go ahead and place that the part where I notch, I will attach it to the part that I notched while I was inserting the bonnet casing for the down part for the dress. So I'll go ahead and pin it together, just like as you can see me doing. So first of all, make sure you pin it, and when you are done pinning it, take note of the center front if it's going to be equal. So for mine, it came out equal. That means I'm on the right track. So once I was done pinning it to the center front, I will pin it to the side front, just like as you can see me doing. So this is how it's look like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fist in the other one. So I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it just like this round. Okay, I will do the same thing for the other side. So guys, I'm done sewing it. You can see that the cup, this left side of the cup is kind of, the dart is kind of slant. So when you are cutting, before you place it on your cup, make sure you take note of it so it will not be slant. So what I'm going to be doing now is to place the lining on the made fabric and cut out all the excesses. So the same thing I did for the made dress is what I did for the lining as well. So I'm just going to be cutting out the excesses. Okay, so as you can see, it's not equal. Then I will come to the downside of the lining. I will cut out 1/2 inch from it. So you are going to know why I cut out 1/2 inch when we are done sewing it. So I will go ahead and attach the lining to the fabric. I'll go ahead and pin it together like this. Then once I'm done pinning it, I will take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So I'm going to be pinning to 2 sides. So I will start sewing it from this edge like this, sew it like this, and end it at the other edge. Okay, so once I'm done sewing it, I will come and show you guys how it look like. So now that I'm done sewing it, I will go ahead and remove the pin, as you can see. Then I will take it to my sewing machine and top stitch on it, just like this. So once I'm done top stitching, as you can see, I'll go ahead and pin it down. So when you want to pin it, drag it and pin it. Remember, we actually remove 1/2 inch from the down, so that means the made fabric is going to be longer than the lining. So go ahead and drag it and make sure it's equal and sew it. Once I'm done sewing it, I will sew this side. So I'm going to be leaving this other side. I'm not going to be sewing it, so that we'll be able to turn it at the end of the day. So I will take it to my sewing machine and sew it. Now that I'm done sewing it, I'll go ahead and turn it at from the space I left. So as you can see, you're going to notice that the fabric is shifting, the line is shifting. Okay, so to avoid that shifting, I'm just going to go ahead and use hemi gum and gum it, okay, so that it will not be shifting up and down, most especially for the up. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut hemi gum on it. Then I'll go ahead and iron it. So once I'm done ironing it, I'll go ahead and fold the side in like this and sew it, so that everything will be neat. Now that I'm done sewing it, this is how it looks like, and as you can see, very neat and beautiful. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to lining the back. So this is the lining for the back. I'll go ahead and cut at 1/2 inch, just like as I did for the front. So I want to cut at 1/2 inch from the down side. Now the right side of the lining is going to be facing the right side of the main fabric. Then I will go ahead and pin it. Then I will sew the up like this. Once I'm done sewing it, I will top stitch on it just like this. So once I'm done top stitching, I will fold it back again. I will drag it down, then pin it together, just like the same thing I did for the front. I'm going to be repeating it for the back. After pinning it, I will take the same machine and sew it for the two sides. Then I will sew the side like this. I'm going to be leaving this zipper space so that we can turn it out from that space. After sewing it, I'll go ahead and attach my zip on it, just like as you can see. So after pinning the zip on it, I'll go ahead and cut out the excesses on the zip. So after cutting out the excesses on the zip, I'll go ahead and sew it. So this is what we are going to have at the end of the day. After sewing it, I'll go ahead and place the front on the back. So at this time, we are going to be just going to go ahead and shaping it. So I'll first of all go ahead and pin it down using my office pin before marking my sewing allowance. Remember, we added 1 inch sewing allowance, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark down 1 inch on both sides. So after marking it, I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it. So once I was done sewing it, this is how it looked like. Very beautiful and neat. Please pay attention to what I'm going to be doing now. I'm about to cut the armhole for the sleeves. So I'm going to be going inward by 3.5 inches, as you can see. They will come down by 1.5 inch, just like as you can see me doing. Once I was done doing that, I'll mark a slant line towards the side. Then once I was done doing that, I will cut out the armhole like this. So once I'm done cutting out the armhole, the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to cut the sleeve. So I'm going to be using door face for this. Okay, so the wideness of the sleeve is going to be 12 inch. I'll go ahead and mark 12 inch and cut it out. So I'm going to be cutting out 2 pieces for the 2 hands. Okay, so the length is about almost a foot tip. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the 2 sleeves together like this. Once I'm done folding it, I will introduce the dress, the top, then I will mark out the armhole on the sleeve as well, like this. Just watch out what I'm doing if you do not understand what I'm saying. So I'll go ahead and separate it. Then once I was done doing that, I'll go ahead and fold in, just fold it like this, because I'm going to be attaching elastic on the upper part and also the downside of the sleeves. Now, for you to know the total measurement you are going to be using on your sleeve, what you need to do is take your off shoulder measurement. So my off shoulder measurement is 14. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have on my top here. From this armhole to this other side of the armhole, I'll measure it. What I have here is 14. Now for the front is also 14. 14 plus 14 is going to give me 28. 28 minus 14 is going to give me 12. Right now what I'm going to be doing now is to divide, because what I have left is 12. Right now I'm going to be dividing that 12 into 2 for the 2 sleeves. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing now is to cut my elastic. So 12 divided by 2 is going to give me 6. So I'm going to divide my elastic into 2 like this. I will measure 6 inches. Then 6 inches I will cut times 2 of that. Okay, one for this for my right hand and one for my left hand. So now that I'm done cutting it, I'll go ahead and insert the elastic on the elastic case that I made on the sleeves. Okay, so I'm just going to use my needle to pass through the elastic. Then from there I will insert the needle on the elastic case that I made. Then I'll just pass through it like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a needle to secure the elastic and the fabric together so it doesn't come out. So after passing it, I will still go ahead and secure it at the edge. Okay, I'm going to be doing it so for the 2 sleeves just like this. Now I'm going to be inserting elastic on the downside as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my round arm area. Okay, so once I'm done, I'll go ahead and measure it on the elastic. So when you want to cut your elastic, make sure you minus 1.5 inch or 2 inch away from the total measurements you measured on your arm area. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and insert it on the down, just like the same way I inserted the upper part. So this is how it look like. These are the 2 sleeves. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to insert the 2 sleeves on the dress. I'm just going to go ahead and tear it a little because I actually sew it to the up. So to insert it, I'm going to be joining the 2 armhole, the armhole on the sleeve and the armhole on the dress together. I'll go ahead and pin it just like as you can see me doing. So once I was done pinning it, I will turn it like this, then pin the other side together. The other armhole, I will pin it down to the sleeve armhole like this. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. So I'm going to be repeating the same thing for the 2 sides. Then after that I will shaping it just like this. Okay, so I'm going to be doing it for the 2 sleeves. So this is how it came out. This is how it look. Okay, this is so beautiful. If you end up enjoying this video, please do it to like, comment. If you have any question, ask, and please share and turn on post notification for me. Thank you. See you on my next video. Bye.